so na yako eye nsɛm foforɔ so a me no ka say you know Agradaa na no ye bremu update say the conviction ye convicted ni say uncle dem 15 years no after all the hassle and bustle, the appeal ni no Kamia say this time around she has finally won big time because 15 years the Agradaa and ya amasisi conviction no from 15 years to 1 year and no and I mean no can say pennyful be more omo abemu and also the scholars from omo legal scholars no omo dey sem to just say this particular issue about Agradaa ye conviction if you amasisi 15 years unko bi no me no can say someone and people like Samson Ladi ababekasa about this particular issue or say na no nsema eba ye ayesi o Agradaa boni a wedi no sisi ade error into no appeal no call ye 15 years ni 15 years ni about ya 1 year and I'm no case lawyer Samson Ladi and all parties say are we serious as a country because obia kuwia aponche odem 20 years esan so uniska anase onye popular ntino yen koka appeal kra na se bi obi akobọ so se yen fa ne nkokọ kwatini fie so be esan se ya Agradaa ntino with me due mu ama na 15 years na than 1 year and the shocking part of all of this is 15 years na than 1 year so no the Attorney General who is supposed to actually after this verdict who's supposed to come out and go to the appeals court to Supreme Court is to overturn this particular thing na akose so Agradaa ye man 15 years na isi ya in 1 year no the Attorney General seems to be adamant. Or shall I say, we see na so and fan who cry and no and Samson Ladi ni bufa all parties say if this continues this way, then it means a Ghana yembrano asayanisa ye kwa kuti insema Samson Ladi charges or charge His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say Ghana for to abamano to make sure say obeba be instill discipline oba be making sure so uphold the rule of law. If this continues this way, then he begs to differ and as he believes say see and Ghana and we are just progressing under this particular government. Yenkotie insema Samson lawyer Samson Ladi or the two joy babaka. We continue this particular
political campaign in the name of prophecies, and we know they are liars. Political campaign in the name of prophecies, and we know they are liars because when they said God says this, and the Bible says God does not lie, and it doesn't come to pass, they told a lie in the name of God. Under our laws, a second-degree felony, as I have said, is no mosquito bite. It carries a potential penalty of up to 25 years. Yet Justice Solomon Oponchumesi saw fit to slash 15 years down to a mere 12 months, which 12 months means that she should be out of jail in the next 2 or 3 months. His reasoning: an analogy from former President Kufuor, not law, about not, quote, killing a mosquito with a sledgehammer, end quote. This is a travesty of the sledgehammer. But here is my take. Agradaa political campaign in the name of prophecies, and we know they are liars because when they say in the next 2 or 3 months. His reasoning: an analogy from former President Kufuor, not law, about not, quote, killing a mosquito with a sledgehammer, end quote. This is a travesty of the sledgehammer. But here is my take. Agradaa is no mosquito. As Professor Kweku Azar rightly pointed out, organized faith-based fraud that targets the desperate is a predatory shark, not a flying insect. To suggest that 15 years for a serial premeditated felony is excessive because only 4,000 Ghana cedis was involved in this specific charge is to ignore the social harm. When a judge reduces a felony sentence to what is essentially a time-served slap on the wrist, the law ceases to be a shield and becomes a suggestion. We saw this with Bishop Obinim. Bishop Obinim is walking free. He famously stepped on the stomach of a pregnant woman on national television. The nation was incensed. But what happened? He walked. That is the face of impunity. Elsewhere, he will not be walking free and continuing what he does. Encouraging impunity by reducing this sentence to 1 year, the court has sent a dangerous message to every money-doubling charlatan in Ghana. Those in the church who are selling canes, who are selling cocoa, who are selling, what's the name again? Drinks. They are now being told to go ahead, defraud the vulnerable, and at worst, they will spend a few months in a cell and pay 200 penalty units, 2,400 cedis. A pittance compared to the millions they rake in. This judgment is substantively unreasonable. An appellate court's job is to check for legal errors, not to substitute the law with personal metaphors about mosquitoes and sledges. Dear Attorney General's Department, you work for the state, and we are looking for a state that has a moral conscience, a conscience that deprecates the conduct of people like Agradaa, the conduct of people who look at our mothers, vulnerable ones, who are pregnant, and step on the pregnancy many times with all the force they can muster and still walk out of a court. The conduct of people invoking God, doing political campaigns and apologizing for it, and we think everything is fine. And they are getting defended by people you would think have a scruple of morals, including journalists. What is wrong with you? Dear Attorney General, this is not where you sit back and say, oh, I did my case, got her 15 years, and a court has reduced it to 1 year, so my job is done. No. We, the state, who have hired you to work, require you to take this case up to the Court of Appeal and get this sentence reversed. The judge, in any case, said that the conviction was correct, that the circuit court judge did no wrong. Why were the thresholds set for first-degree felony, second-degree felony, and, misdemeanor? Why was the threshold set for misdemeanor for somebody to be put into jail not more than 3 years? Misdemeanor. And the person was charged and convicted on 1 misdemeanor and 1 second-degree felony. If you are going by what the old provision is, they should not go to jail for more than 10 years. The threshold is not for nothing. If the state does not appeal this reduction, it signals an abdication of its duty to protect the public from such spiritual predators. We cannot build a society where the high profile and the repentant get a pass. I mean the repentant, unquote, get a pass, while the poor rot in jail for stealing a goat. AG, it is time to act. Overturn this sledgehammer ruling and restore the teeth to our criminal justice system. And that will be my take.
So Mobakaya on the 3rd of July 2025, and I circuit court 10, Accra. Ejeli, Yamame, Patricia, I see for 15 years. For the judgment in the by 2 days later, and the answer failure appeal. And since July last year, there has been back and forth. And then Yamiado, appellate court and then the judgment. Yeah, the Naki Effect say conviction circuit court in the mind. Naki Yinamras. It's a court no in boom. There's a court in India. What conviction not to. The Muhuni said sentenced to 15 years and a dose. 15 years, no, a 14 years. And I say, I have 12 months. That is what has happened today.
Say, any so didn't can't be, and also send a whole shade in city.
The amount 15 months, there's a calculation to it. The better now a month, but we are very clear now and sensitive about it.
You will say now, Agradaa will sue, and I say, send a most a far judgment, real judgment in the sequoia.
Yet they're not your regime, sir, their course on a deal. When you're not money, said another judge, you can now make a reference to Victor Salome. Yeah, be our visit car, a farmer panism. And the punishment the demand 8 years. Now for being so Sika 1,006, near man 15 years. Wow, what's here? To say, my man didn't see Agradaa and any person. They didn't papa and yet as some Nankasa. Then not 10 and then so my man was some poor, judge and say 15 years in the other bracket. It's 1 year. Amount 500 Ghana.
So you because a judgment na first judgment in a buy no as a Bugum and Agradaa so na say this there.
So if the appellate court no e cannot there. Not just on the court no ya adwen say ma me di fo e wo kwadu a ye de ball no. Na mu masotwe ye de man no e na dos okay. Ohwe nipa mienu na e ka say ma me na dwom nsem sika. Back was 500, back was 500. Look about my 1,000. The 1,000 now money 15 years, sir. I said the day yes, sledgehammer, kum, antin. Until that judge like I said, 15 years in the doors. 80,000. It's like any big crowd be or ya Agradaa or ya keep every man be 2 or 3 months. But on also ya Agradaa on also di a domain they been more so never quite say obey example. Also fast aquan so the any man they did this attempting in
oh okay. So in the fans and I say Ghana assemble na catch room.
Because nyame go nshira o munyina na masa do bia for say asem si a the sua film on the prison down here ntumu ye. That's all. And baby atwam no na ono so to social media no so eni wo ho. Yanka say Agradaa o wo munti ye tum. Obitima to bia asem si a yensua bibi film na emboa eni. Obi bi achi. The beka say nyame o nshira munyina say matayachi from day one and this.